Hi Capricorn, welcome to your July 2020 Tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week, the month even in store has ahead for you. So your first card out, your actions and interactions with the world at large, is the King of Swords. So a lot of you are very focused on the career this month, Capricorn. This sees you really putting your mind, and you know, the Capricorn mind is a beautiful thing to behold when it's working hard, functioning properly, and you know, all systems go. Capricorn mind, wow, very powerful, very powerful thing. This is about you figuring out not only what it is that you want to say to the world at large, but it does look like you're paying a lot of attention to your career. This could be a month where you're really starting to put things together or really starting to put things out there. Now, the other thing with your King of Swords, right? Because this is about your actions, this is what you do. This could very well see you looking into the legalities of something that you want to do. So maybe this is looking at some sort of legislation, maybe it's something to do with the rules and regulations about your job, maybe there's something that you are unhappy about, maybe something that comes up. Now, it does feel for me like it's largely positive, but for some of you, this might be, I don't know, maybe you're deciding to go up against your company for some reason. You know, for some people, this might be about an unfair dismissal. For some people, it might be that you feel like you're, you know, there's too much being put on your plate. And it's kind of like, you know what, I can only give or do so much. It does look like you're being very selective about this kind of thing. Now, on another level as well, for some of you, this does look like you are either looking at a contract or thinking long term about something that you want to sign. But it's kind of like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I don't want to do this in you know, I don't want to do it by halves. If I'm going to do this, I you know, I want it to be legally binding, so to speak. Going to be an interesting one. I feel like this is going to be a very busy month for your mind, but not necessarily out in the world. I mean, we'll see what else comes up. But yeah, it looks like an interesting month for sure. Now, the other thing is as well, remember your King of Swords represents an air sign male. So this would be a Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. This could be somebody that you are interacting with or somebody that you are connecting with this month that's going to help you in some way, shape or form. For your money and materials, you have the 8 of Cups. So this is interesting, right? Because it looks like in some way, shape or form, you're taking your power back in a situation that is to do with your money. So this is very likely to have something to do with your career, something to do with your job, with your day-to-day tasks or your work. And it does, because for me, the 8 of Cups isn't just about walking away from something or letting something go. It's actually about a decision that you make in order to take your power back. This is where you say to yourself, you know what, I've done enough, I've given enough. Now it's time for me to either be rewarded in the right way for it, or that's when I'm going to walk away, I'm going to do something about it. So when it comes to the money and the finances this month, this is going to be a month where you really are figuring out what the best path ahead is. For some of you, this does look like this month you might be considering a change of job or a change of career. It looks like you may have gone as far as you can go with something that you already have. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're looking elsewhere to say, you know what, where I'm at or what I'm getting currently just isn't quite cutting it. Now, for your materials, when it comes to your physical health, this is a month for you to really think about your, come on brain, yeah, this will be, you know, I don't really know how to say this, but it will be something to do with possibly your reproductive system. Now, that's not to say that there's anything there. Whenever I say, you know, like when it comes to your health, I'm not saying that you're going to have a problem there. I'm just saying that your attention or your focus might be drawn to that for some reason. And it may well be that you're, you know, whether you're a girl or a guy, or they, this week, this month even, you could be paying attention to your reproductive area or system. This might be something that comes up for you in some way, shape or form. For some of you, it could be that you're seeing somebody in regards to this. Maybe for some of you, you're deciding, you know what, I want to check to see if I'm all okay down there so that we can start a family. You know, there's lots of different ways that this can play out. When it comes to your home, I'm going to be really honest, it does look like a lot of you are either planning an exit strategy from your current environment, which means you're thinking long term about where you want to move next, or it could be that you are maybe having a tough conversation about somebody that's no longer welcome at your place. So it obviously is going to differ for all of you, but it looks like those are the things that are coming up. For your communications and conversations, you have the 8 of Swords, right? So you've got 2 8s here. Now your 8 of Swords in the communication sector, this kind of looks like, if I'm honest, because you've got that King of Swords there, there's something here about censorship that comes up in some way, shape or form. I don't know whether this is somebody actively censoring you, or maybe there's something that you want to say that you feel like you can't say. It could see you, yeah, it could just see you having a real sort of moment where you're like, you know what, I want to say this, but, you know, now your 2 8s, in tarot is all about new knowledge. This is where you learn something new that you didn't know before. So it looks like some sort of, maybe some sort of a secret, some sort of information comes to light when it comes to the job, when it comes to the work, when it comes to the career. Maybe it could be for some of you about a family member. I'm not 100% sure it is there though. It does feel more like a work situation. Now this is the month obviously that you really need to consider this. For a lot of you, this stuff seems to be coming up really heavily lately, so I'm intrigued to see what it means. For your love and relations, you have the Strength card, which is also number 8, right? So you've got 3 8s here. Now 888, that's a really lucky number. It's also a number of material manifestation. The Strength card, when it comes to your love and relations, this is about you asking yourself in your heart of hearts, what is it that I truly want? Now for a lot of you, you could be glancing back over your past. Maybe you're looking at your own communication sector. Maybe a lot of you are deciding or coming to that realization of what it is that you truly want and need from a partner. Now for a select few of you, because 3 8s in the tarot represents oh come on brain, marriage, right? This is like an actual commitment or a contractual commitment of some sort. Now marriage doesn't always have to mean, you know, like literal marriage between partners. It can be a marriage of people, it can be a marriage of places, it can be a marriage of families, it can be a marriage of you know, associates or colleagues, all of that sort of stuff. So this could be coming up. Now for those of you that are partnered, this looks like for some of you, you're considering along those lines of moving in towards becoming, you know, becoming a partnership, or actually just being with somebody, right? For others of you, this could be you looking at your familial ties and asking yourself, how do I balance this? It does look like in a lot of ways this month, when it comes to the family sector, you might be playing mediator. So just something that you really need to focus on, or certainly pay some attention to. All right. Yeah, that's what I've got for that. So let's have a look at your, oh, okay. I've had one card jump out and you'll never believe what it is. It's the Strength card. Right, so your first week of the month, you've got the Strength card. Now, because this falls underneath your King of Swords, this could be the month where, this first week of the month could see you having a really tough conversation when it comes to work, when it comes to the job. It does look like you are speaking out against something or someone that you kind of see as being either quite unfair or yeah, you know, just unfair or not above board. There's something about it that just kind of feels like you're almost like you're calling something out. The thing about Capricorn energy is, while you guys are sticklers for the rules, you also don't like to see people mistreated. So when you see that, you will go after the person that's doing it, you know, and you will talk about it. Now, again, so you've got you have the 2 8s, the 3 8s, the 4 8s, let's call it. 4 8s in the tarot is Oh gosh, you guys are really stretching my knowledge today, or this month. It means a reversal. It's a reversal of fortunes of some sort. So something could come up this month when it comes to the work, when it comes to maybe even in the family for some of you, and you could be voicing your opinion. And when you voice your opinion, it may be that either the boss, the company, or the family, or that person retracts or retreats, or reverses whatever it is that they set into motion. So it's really important that you speak up and out this month. All right, don't just stand back idly. For your second week of the month, you've got the Hanged Man. Now, when it comes to your money, this is not a month for big purchases. In fact, this is a month for you to do as minimal spending as you possibly can. This is a month for you to really be very clear on anything that you do have to spend money for. Really be very clear on what it is that you're supposed to be getting, or what it is that somebody is offering for the amount that they're asking for. This is a month for you to be really very clear and focused on that kind of thing. When it comes to your health, again, Hanged Man, so very Neptunian energy there. I would definitely say this is the reproductive area. And there's something about it that makes me wonder if a lot of you are considering either more children, or maybe you're on the opposite end of the spectrum and you say, you know what, I don't want any more children. What can I do about getting the snip or the chop or the tubes tied or whatever they call it. So it might be some of you are looking at that as well. And then finally, for your home sector, this is a month really to take it easy, but it does look like, and if I'm honest, a lot of you might say this month, right, that's it, you're barred from my house, I never want you to come back. The chances are, because there's a lot of retrograde energy and then you've got the Hanged Man, you might declare this, but later down the line you might end up eating your words. So just think really clearly and carefully about whether that is actually what you mean. All right, so if you just need a break or something, say so. Don't banish somebody, because the chances are at a later date you might come to regret it. And I know a lot of you are probably like, well, Raf, we never really regret anything that we do, which is true most of the time. I think this is going to be one of the exceptions to the rule. For your third week of the month, you have the Chariot card, which is really nice, right? So when it comes to speaking, yeah, this whole idea of censorship is definitely there, but I feel like there's two things that are happening. One, it's going to teach you to pick your moments and pick your battles. This whole month is going to do that for you. And two, when you do finally speak, it will be that much more powerful for having to wait. So if somebody censors you or silences you this month, or or kind of says, well, at the moment you can't say anything because of A, B, and C, take the hit at the time, because your moment to speak will come at a later point in the month. And I feel like it will, maybe not necessarily this month actually, but certainly at a later date you will have your moment to speak, and it will be all the more powerful for having to wait. Your fourth week of the month, you have the Sun card, right? Look at this. So you've got a Leo that features this month, a Leo or a Leonine person, somebody that's very bright, very sunny, has a really warm outlook, and whoever it is, they've just got really great news for you, which is lovely. For those of you that are single, yeah, it really does look like you're very likely to be meeting someone this month. But the beauty of it, it looks like it's a complete accident. Do you know what I mean? Like one of those serendipitous kind of moments, like if you hadn't, I don't know, spilt your coffee on your whatever, you wouldn't have been that 3 minutes late, in catching your whatever. It really does feel like it's just one of those very spontaneous moments, and you end up connecting with somebody that is, could potentially be quite special to you. And then for your, for those of you that are partnered, this is a great month. There's lots of warmth, there's lots of warmth, fun, beauty, happiness, joy, lots of laughter this month as well. I actually feel like this is going to be one of the better months when it comes to familial relationships than it has been for a long time. And then finally, throwing them all over the place. Your key to the month is... Oh, okay, so you have a whole bunch there, and here you have the Five of Pentacles, and then you've got the Tower card. So yeah, this is a month for you to be really, really very cautious about what you're spending on, about what you are doing with your money. If somebody asks you for a loan this month, the answer is no, absolutely no. And then there's a whole bunch here that I'm not going to go into. I'll just pull one. And it is the Queen of Wands. So this month, you know what? Set your boundaries. Be very firm about what those boundaries are. Do what you can do, but outside of that, don't feel obligated or don't feel obligated to do anything that you don't feel to do. But yeah, certainly this month, when it comes to the money and materials, be very, very cautious and conscious about what you're spending on and what you're spending for. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.